Hello, and thanks for joining us for this tutorial segment which will explain the recent updates to MHI's Internet Artisan module. Access to the Artisan Contractor's General Liability module remains as it was before. Go to MHI's external website, click on the eQuote link, log in as you normally would, and in the Commercial Quote section, click on Artisan Contractors. The top portion of this page has not changed. You'll answer the residential work question, enter your insured name and zip code, select the city from the drop-down box if needed, choose a requested effective date, an entity type, limits of insurance, number of additional insureds and waivers, policy fee, and terrorism preference. Next you'll come to the classifications section, which is where you'll see the changes. The main difference between the prior version of the module and this new version is that now, instead of programmatically distributing the owner's payroll, we'll do that based on the percentages you provide. You'll enter the entire amount of payroll for all employees, regardless of classification, in this first field. This is employee payroll only and shouldn't include any owner payroll. Next you'll select the number of owners and the number of employees in the drop boxes provided. Scrolling down, you'll see the list of classifications as before with checkboxes and entry fields, except now you have a column for employee payroll percentage and a column for owner payroll percentage. Select all the classes that apply to your risk, bearing in mind that all policies include a class limitation endorsement, so it's important to check class codes that apply to all of the applicant's anticipated operations. Once you've checked the applicable class codes, you'll add the percentage of employee payroll that applies to each class. If the employees only do electrical work, you'd check that class code and show 100% in the employee percent column. If the employees do 75% electrical work and 25% drywall work, you'd show 75% next to electrical and 25% next to drywall. Only enter the numbers. You don't need to show the percent sign in the field. Once you've entered the employee percentages, you'll move to the owner percent column and add the percentage of owner payroll that applies to each class. This may or may not be the same percentage as the employee payroll, depending on the work the owner does. If the owner and employees are always on the same jobs, performing the same operations, the percentages will likely be the same. However, this revised version of our module gives you the flexibility to distribute the owner's payroll in accordance to the work he actually performs, rather than distributing it programmatically among the selected class codes. We hope this will give you a more accurate quote up front and fewer questions and discrepancies at audit time. At the bottom of the section, you'll see columns that total the employee and owner payroll percentages. You'll only be able to obtain a quote if the total for both columns equals 100%. To include a class on an if-any basis, check the box for that class code and enter a 0 in both employee and owner percent columns. The underwriting information and other exposures sections remain the same. Answer each of the questions and select any other exposures that apply to this risk. Then click on the Calculate button in order to obtain your quote. If you have any questions regarding these changes or any of our Internet Quote modules, we encourage you to contact your MHI underwriter or marketing representative. From all of us at McClelland & Hein, we appreciate your business and look forward to working with you again soon. Thank you for completing this tutorial.